Alright, this is the Algebra 1 test review for test number 9. It's going to look very similar to the one we did last week because it's a very similar test. We have just made some of the problems, added an extra term, made it a little bit more difficult. I'm going to go through this rather quickly because we've already done this before. Plus, I want you guys to spend more time practicing on this than watching the video. So, 3 less than a number. This is our translating of verbal expressions into algebraic expressions. 3 less than a number. We've got a number represented by X or Y or whatever letter you have chosen. And we're taking 3 away from that because we're making it less than the number. So if it says 3 less than the number, it will be X minus 3. Number 2 is very similar to that. It just has a fraction involved. 2 less than, and we know that's going to be minus 2 because we're taking it away from a number. 2 less than 1/3 a number. Well, 1/3 is just written 1 over 3, X or Y or Z, whatever you choose. 6 times a number, or 6 times the sum of a number. And anytime we see the sum of, we know we've got to group the following terms. We're going to have a number, and it's the sum of, so it's addition. So a number and 1. So that's going to be in parentheses, and then we're going to multiply 6 times that sum. Number 4, 12 decreased by twice a number. Again, decreased means that we're going to take the right side away from the left side in this case. So we can actually write this in order of the way it's written. 12 decreased is minus or subtraction by twice a number, and 2 times a number is twice a number. Alright, let's move down the page. We're going to go to number 5. If negative 16 is subtracted from 4 times a number, the result is 40. Now, we did this before. Anytime we have a negative number in our word problem, put it in parentheses, and that'll help keep your signs correct. So 16 is subtracted from, so we're subtracting that from 4 times a number. The result is 40. The result means that it's equal, so this whole thing is going to equal 40. What is the number? We're solving these as well. When we know negative and negative will make a positive, so we have 4x plus 16 is going to be equal to 40. We're going to take away 16 from both sides. That will eliminate the 16 from this side. This will make this 40 minus 16, which will be, what are we going to come up with here? It's going to be 24. And so 24 will be our term on the right side. So we're going to have 4x is equal to 24. At this point, we know we just divide by 4. Divide by 4. And then we're going to know that we're going to see here the 4's will cancel on the left side. And x will be equal to 24 divided by 4, which is 6. Okay, and that is our answer there. 8 more than 3 times a number. When it's more than, it's addition. And doesn't matter the order, so we can just write it as 8 more than 3 times a number is 41. Find the number. Well, we'll minus our 8 from both sides. These will go away. 41 minus 8 should give us 33. 3x will be equal to 33, so we bring our 3x down. Now, 3x equals 33. We need to get the x term by itself, so we divide by 3. Divide by 3. X will equal 11. That's the answer to number 6. All right, moving to number 7. Again, if the substitute needs to pause this video at any time, or if you're watching this later and you need to pause this, please feel free to do that so you can keep up with the note taking. Solve for S. And we know we just need to, when we're solving for the variable indicated, these are literal equations. Just solve for S, treat everything like it's a number, like you can add, subtract, divide, multiply, whatever, with a letter just like you would a number. In this case, it should be pretty simple. We're isolating the S variable. We just divide by everything in front of S. We divide by -5 on both sides. So S will be equal to P divided by -5, or negative P over 5 should be your answer. Number 8, we're solving for A. So we want to get rid of the denominator. That's kind of our first step that we like to do when we have a fraction. So we'll multiply both sides by 12e. Whatever's in the denominator, multiply by it. So we'll multiply this side by 12e. So we'll have 12EF is equal to AC, because the 12e on this side will cancel. Now we want to solve for A, so we'll divide by the C, and A will be equal to 12EF over C. And that should be your answer for number 8. Number 9, we have a solution for y. We're trying to solve for y. We want to get rid of our x term, so we minus 3x from this side, and we minus 3x from this side. Notice there's another x on the other side, so we can definitely do something with that here in just a minute. These will cancel. We'll bring down our 4y. That will be equal to 7. And if we have a positive x and a negative 3x, then that will give us a negative 2x. Positive x, negative 3x will give us a negative 2x. Then we divide both sides by 4, and y will be equal to 7 minus 2x over 4. That should be your answer for number 9. Alright, let's flip the page. And we'll run into our formulas. Find the area of a trapezoid. If the height is 12 centimeters, the lengths of the bases are 23 and 17. We know that the formula for the area, so we'll say the area, is going to be equal to 1/2 of base 1 plus base 2 times h. We'll make our key to the right here. We know that the h, or the height, is 12. We know that base 1 and base 2, order doesn't really matter here, is 23 and 17. So the area is our unknown. So we'll plug those values into the formula here. We're going to have area, which is unknown, equal to 1/2 base 1 base 2, 23, I'm sorry I wrote this wrong here, 23 plus 17. It's going to, and then h is going to be 12 times h, which is 12. We'll add these together and take half of that there, multiply times 12. So we're going to have 1/2 of 40 times 12. Again, this is still all equal to a, which then, if we take half of 40, we're going to get 20. And 20 times 12 should give us 240. And in this case, the units are centimeters. And it should be centimeters squared because it is area. So 240 centimeters squared. Okay, moving on down the page. Find the width of a rectangle if the perimeter is 88 centimeters and the length of the rectangle is 23. Well, we know we've derived this formula. We can draw a rectangle here. We've got length and width, and if we do the addition of these, we'll end up with perimeter is equal to 2L plus 2W. We'll make our key to the right. Perimeter they give as 88 centimeters. The length they give as 23 centimeters. And the width is the unknown. So let's plug our values in. We're going to have 88 is equal to 2 times 23 plus 2W. We want to solve for 2W, so we'll rewrite this here as 88 is equal to 46 plus 2W. Then we will subtract 46 from both sides. Subtract 46 from both sides. We should come up with, well, this will be a 0 on this side. 2W will be equal to, we'll rewrite it here on this side here. 42 is equal to 2W. Divide by 2, and W will equal, when the 2's cancel on this side, 42 divided by 2 will be 21. Just ran out of room there. That's all right. Okay, move along to the area of a circle on number 12. The area of a circle is equal to pi r squared. In this case, when we do our key, they want us to use 3.14 for pi. The radius is 7. Pi is equal to 3.14. And the area is the unknown. So we'll have area is equal to pi r. Actually, pi is going to be 3.14. So area is equal to 3.14 times r, just 7, squared. Alright, so now we're going to have 3.14 multiplied times 7 squared. 7 squared is going to be 49. So when you put this in your calculator, you should get 153.86. You may be asked to round on the test. In this case, we'll just leave it as is. This is inches squared. 3.14 times 7 squared, which will be 49, will equal 153.86. Alright, number 13. Find the lateral surface area of a cylinder if the radius is 5 centimeters and the height is 19. Leave your answer in terms of pi. Lateral surface area of a cylinder, is going to be lateral surface area of a cylinder we've got is going to be 2 pi r h. Okay, 2 pi r is obviously just the circumference of a circle, and then the height of the cylinder will give us the lateral surface area. We'll multiply those together. It's just like length and width. If you took the cylinder and opened it up, it would be a rectangle, and you've got the length and width. This would be your length, and then there's your width, or length, base, and height. Alright, so we draw our key to the right here. The lateral surface area of the cylinder, the radius is 5, the height is 19, and this time it says leave it in terms of pi. We want to know what the surface area is. Alright, so we will say surface area is equal to 2 pi, pi stays as pi, r is 5, and h is 19. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 19 will be 190. So surface area should be equal to 190 pi. And this is in centimeters squared. So that is your answer there. I didn't box in my answer at the top here. Okay, last 2 review problems here we've got, and we'll close this out. Solve the percentage problem. Hannah took $180 with her to buy shoes at Kohl's. She spent 30% of her money on a pair of shoes. How much did she spend? Well, we know if we will take 30 times 180 divided by 100, we're going to have 30 times 180 divided by 100 should give us 54. So she spent $54 on her pair of shoes. This needs to be done on the calculator. You could also do 30 divided by 100 to get your percent in a decimal form first, then times 180 will give you the same answer. Now set up a proportion and solve. We've seen this problem before as well. A few different numbers here though. The scale is 1 to 30. We're setting up a proportion, so we've got 2 ratios. This is the model size to the actual size, and this is in inches. Notice it's in inches. The wing of the full-size plane is 15 feet. We also know we'll have to convert that to inches per foot. Alright, so how long will the model airplane be? Well, the first thing we got to do, we got to multiply the 15 times 12 to see how many inches are in 15 feet. You should get 180. So the actual is on the bottom, the model's on the top. We don't know what the actual length is, but we know we can cross multiply. 1 times 180 would be 180. 30 times x is 30x. Then we can divide by 30. Divide by 30. And we should, the 30 should cancel on this side. And 180 divided by 30 on the right side is going to give us 6. So x should equal 6 inches. And that's the conclusion of this review. We will go over this review a little bit more in detail on Thursday before the test. But be sure to come back and watch the review if you have any problems with any of your questions. And this video will remain up until test time. Thanks.